Welcome to Slice Concessions, and today we'll be talking about how to put your Monte-Gel 50 together. So here you see all the parts that we take apart from the machine. I'm going to show you how to put everything together correctly and into the cylinder, and then I'll follow that by showing you how to put the seal back on the door and putting the door assembly back on, okay? For cleaning instruction, you'll just be basically doing this part, but backwards. We're going to show you how to put everything in, okay? So first, we're going to start by identifying the parts. You have your auger or your beater. This is the part that spins inside and that holds your blades to scrape the ice cream while it's freezing. You have 6 scraper blades, and you have a rear seal, okay? So the rear seal's job is to go between the auger and the back wall so that when you're making mix, it won't go out the back. The scrapers will scrape your ice cream, and this door seal will go in your door here to prevent it from leaking out the front. And then here's the assembly for the extraction door, okay? This is basically to hold all the ice cream in until you're ready to slide it over and open it up to get your ice cream back out. So what we're gonna start with is this. You're gonna take the auger blade, okay? The auger, the beater, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your blades. So your blades will have like a spiky direction, like a little triangle, and we drew you a nice Etch-a-Sketch picture of how it's going to be doing. So you want to put in your blades in a direction so that it's facing like this on the wall and the rotation is going this way. This is very important, okay? These units have scroll compressors, so the direction of polarity is very important, because if it goes the other way, it's going to sound really nasty and you actually destroy your compressor, okay? So yes on the shape of your blade like that, and no facing the other way, okay? The red is no, this is good. And rotation is counterclockwise, all right? So how we put in the blades is like this. You're gonna see that this is the angle we're talking about, okay? If you put it in backwards, it's gonna be that red no we talked about. See that? That's a no, that's a yes. So how you put it in is you just take it, you insert each one in, press them in. Just make sure you get all the directions right on each blade. Just like that. And it's the opposite just to remove them. Just pop them in. Pop that in. And pop that in. That is how you get all your blades into your shaft, your beater, okay? Next, you will need lubricant, okay? Lubricant goes on basically all rubber parts. It lets it slide without tearing. Therefore, it gives you like a seal while the machine's working. This is very important that you make sure you lubricate the rear seal. When you're cleaning this, make sure it's not, dry rotted. It should bounce and it should look like this. When you're cleaning, make sure there's no tears, because if you do, you'll get leakage out the back and that's no fun. All right? First, you take the beater, you put this guy in like that, and then what I do is I take lubricant, toothpaste, put it in, and make sure I get it in to where it needs to be. You can also put some on the bottom to make sure it makes contact, but just basically lubricate, lubricate, lubricate. More lubrication is less penalty. Less lubrication is usually more penalty. So lube it right, okay? To put this into the machine, you see there's a triangle shape right here. There's a coupling in the back of the machine that locks up in here. So when you have it done right, the auger should be flush with this wall. If it's sticking out, you're gonna spin it until you get it in, you're gonna go clunk and you push it in. If it's not doing that, don't force it, and make sure you have it assembled correctly. So like this, push it in. If your blades are fresh, it'll be very snug. And then you turn until it goes in like that. Easy peasy. All right, next we're gonna go to the door. Your first step is your door seal, okay? If it's really flattened on one side, I'll go ahead and replace that. Or if you're getting excessive leakage outside here on the sides, this is the piece to replace, okay? So how you put it in is you put one edge in and you kind of start pushing it in. And you press, okay? A lot of times, if you stretch it out too much, you'll get a lot of excess flap on one side when you're done, but no worries. If we get to that, we'll just kind of inch it back in, okay? So push it in, push it in, push it in. And then make sure everything is pretty much even all the way around, so that there's no bumps out here. Just like that. You have it installed. Next, we're going to put all this stuff in. This is the extraction door assembly. And we're going to turn the camera around. And we're going to close the door. Press in and turn. And that's how you lock it, okay? All right, your extraction door assembly. You will need lube on all the rubber parts. So this is your seal right here that covers the door. That way you'll seal and not leak while you're making ice cream. You want to lubricate that because it'll help it slide when you're opening and closing the door easier. If you don't put lubricate on it, when you turn it, it might like be very hard to move, or it might even like kind of like shear it and kind of tear on the way up, and then you have to replace that again. So what you do is you take lubricant and make sure you put that around the door so that it'll nice and slide when you're extracting. And what you're going to do is you're going to identify the notch and the hole. This will only fit one way. If you put it on the other way, it's not going to work right, because you'll see the notch and the hole correspond with the steel part, okay? Oh, wrong part. The notch and the detent right here, okay? This hole goes up here, and you're going to see that the door kind of fits on like that, okay? And you want this up, this open. When you press it down, it's going to pressure on the door to keep it closed on the actual door. So what you're going to do is you're going to have it up. You're going to put it on, give it a wiggle, just like that. Keep this up for now. What comes in is next is your spring and the handle that puts it on. So you're going to put it on like this, push until it catches a screw, and keep screwing until it goes all the way down, just like that. You're gonna have a little gap, but that's the way it goes, because there's a physical spacer in there you can't take out. But the way to test it is you go like this, and you make sure it goes smooth, press it down, and that locks it. Thanks for looking at this video, and if you need help with anything else, feel free to check us out at sliceofconcessions.com. We'll see you soon.